Hello. Hello, thanks so much for coming. There's so many of you, what a treat. I firstly just wanted to start by saying speaking at Stylist Live was on my goal list 4 years ago. And don't worry, the irony of speaking about goal setting at Stylist Live is not lost on me. So thank you, Stylist Live, for having me. And what a great event to be part of. So I'm Nikki, as you can see, and I do lots of things. So I'm a trained actor, I'm a business and life coach, I'm a speaker, I have a podcast, I'm a mum, I'm a daughter, I'm a partner, I'm a friend. We all do lots of things, right? And what I want to talk about today is actually there has never, ever been a better time to do lots of different things and to create our own version of what we actually want. Because, do you know what? I grew up in Lincolnshire, in the north, where we had to tick a lot of boxes. We had to do the right thing, we had to get the right GCSEs, we had to get the right A-levels, we had to marry the right man who may have been the wrong man. We had to do all of the things. And now we're really in this exciting time where we have the internet and we can make our own pick and mix. So I'm really excited to share my toolkit with you today, and hopefully you can take away lots of things that will help you plan going forward. So if you do want to take any notes, feel free, grab anything, or if you just want to listen as well, that's totally fine. So the first exercise that I want to share with you, just to get your creative flow thinking, and why I'm really passionate about this topic of goal setting and, actually being committed to what you want to do. I want you to go back to that age where you were in that really playful place, where you were maybe living your best life. My coach said to me a little while ago, go back to the age when you were 7. And I do remember being 7, actually. 7, I just felt like 7 was so much better than 6. I was like, I'm 7, I've got a shell suit, whatever. I know what I am doing with my life. And sometimes what I do when I'm in that funk of feeling really overwhelmed and stressed and to-do lists and like I'm not winning at life in the slightest. I mean, I'm sure you lot all are. But I know myself, when I'm in that space of just chug, getting through the day, sometimes my 7-year-old actually knows all the answers because she knows how to play. She's a bit sassy. She knows how to ask for what it is that she wants. But also that 7-year-old in me really believes that lots of things are possible. And that's quite exciting, because when you're in that moment of like, I'm never going to get everything done, I've got to put a wash on, my child hasn't slept, all these things, that's not necessarily the best creative headspace to be in. So I just wanted to kick things off and share a few of my goals. These are just a few. The top one, it's a daybed in St. Lucia. I feel like a lot of my goal setting going forward, I'd like to have daybed featured. Just a lot of time lounging, snacking, reading a few books, that sort of stuff. Second picture is of my 2 boys, my man and my baby, just having a cup of tea on the sofa. So I guess why I wanted to start with those is that actually the big goals don't necessarily have to be the walk-in wardrobe or the castle in the country or the millionaire husband. I mean, they're all fine, but they don't need to be on the list for 2019. The third one along is me sharing my business and creating something from my phone and from my laptop, essentially. Being able to have that flexibility in my work. And I know you see so many of these pictures of people living their best life on beaches and things like that. I'm a ginger. I should not be living my best life on a beach. No way. This is in the park. It's shady. I've got a coat on. It's great. The fourth one along is a picture of a house It's not the house that I walk past almost every day and kind of give a little nod of like, see you in 3 years. And bizarrely, the woman the other day who lives there reversed out the drive and ushered me past. And I was like, is this a sign? Is this a sign from the universe that I should live there? But living in that dream house and thinking about that future for my family and having all those, big hallways with the Christmas tree. You know what I'm talking about. The next one along is about that boardroom. We're in a really exciting time now for women, certainly. And it's so bloody brilliant to have so many of you here as well. We're in a really exciting time for sharing stories, for showing different kinds of women and diversity and stories. And one day I do want to have that production company where I act, I produce, I direct, I do all of those things. That's coming soon. Maybe not next year. Finally, we've got a little kind of creative cove at the bottom of the garden. We've got some shoes. I do own these shoes. They were bought in a bargain bin in office in about 2002. And I bought them because they're about a £5, but I felt like I needed them in my life. I cannot walk in them. They're definitely sitting down shoes. But what I do is if I ever have to have a photograph taken, I stand in them because suddenly they just make me feel, a bit Beyonce, whatever. The middle one at the bottom is all about that adventure and that sense of going to places. And finally, speaking, audiences, filling seats, bringing people together, events. I love all of that stuff. So I want you to think about your goals in this exciting way, and maybe you want to create your own version of this, of pulling together the images. Because I'll tell you why. According to life coach Tony Robbins, around 80% of people will have given up on their resolutions by the 2nd of February. And there's such pressure to be able to have nailed it by the 1st of January. And the 2nd of February is not necessarily that inspiring. So why do you think this might be? Firstly, the 1st of January is not a great time to set goals and think about your dream life because you're probably hungover. You're full of cheese, you've had a lot of savoury dishes, you've been having a lot of quality streets, your energy is a bit low. So when you're writing things like, I definitely feel like this is a year where I go to the gym, it never is for me, I don't want to go to the gym, don't make me go, I'll do the other things that I want to do. But really thinking about that time, the 1st of January, you're full of cheese, it's cold outside, you've probably had a late night the night before, and therefore you're probably going to need a nap. So why would you be thinking about your future life and what you want to do with that? And also what happens when we're in that situation of goal setting, we start to write really random things down. Has anybody ever done that? Written things on their goal list that they have no intention of doing? That they've written stuff down that they just think, that would be good. I'm going to learn to ski. No, I don't want to learn to ski. I am not a skier. I mean, no. But what we end up doing is we write these vague, random things that are never going to help us. So what I want to do today is to give you a bit of a toolkit that you can work with. Okay, so let's look at goals, and maybe on the left-hand side, take a photo by any means. On the left-hand side, we have these reasons why maybe we don't move forward. And the ones on the right-hand side are things that we can do to combat this, to make this kind of work for us. So the first one is this fear of failure. How many times have you had that idea? Or maybe you've watched something, you've seen a TED Talk, or maybe you've gone away from today and you go, I'd like to do Stylist Live, or whatever it might be. And then suddenly it dawns on you that maybe it's not a great idea to do that, because what if you fail?